Ang galing mo lang. Because you never made me feel na may iba pala. Lately lang akong nahilig makinig sa radyo. I got hooked on your program. And I'm trying my best na mapakinggan kita kapag free time ko. To be honest, I am not a good storyteller. Hindi ko alam kung paano ko sisimulan ito. Pero, simulan natin. Itago mo ko sa pangalang Rosie. At ito, ang aking secret file. After ko na nakatapos ng college, nag-work ako sa isang government agency sa Pasay bilang isang temporary clerk at lumabas agad ng bansa. Isa akong miyembro ng NBSB. Ang buhay ko lang noon ay umiikot sa school, part-time, at bahay. Napunta ako sa Middle East, Bahrain to be specific, at the age of 21. Nagtrabaho ako bilang receptionist sa airport. Marami akong mga nakikilalang tao. Pero may dalawa na talagang nakakuha ng atensyon ko. The first guy ay naging best friend ko. Then the second guy, siya naman ang naging boyfriend ko. Nag-promise ako sa sarili ko na hindi muna ako magbo-boyfriend sa first 2 years ko. Pero pinagbibigyan ko ang mga kasama ko na i-arrange ako ng blind date. Natutuwa kasi sila sa akin. O siguro, challenge na rin kung paano nila ako ma-convince na magkaroon ng boyfriend. A month bago ako mag-2 taon sa trabaho, may lalaking pabalik-balik sa pwesto ko. At panay ang ngiti. But he never asked for my phone number. Ang gwapo niya. May blue eyes. At mukhang bata. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, sana hingin niya ang number ko. Before uwian, lahat ng mga kasama ko tinutukso ako. Sinasabi sa akin na sana may makatagpo rin kaming lalaki katulad ng nakatagpo ni Rosie. After nun, may iniabot sila sa akin na bouquet of flowers. Nagtaka ko. Tiningnan ko ang bouquet. May card. Chinek ko ang card. At ang sabi, I hope you will accept me as your friend, Brent. Tinanong ko ang supervisor ko, Ate, sino to? Wala akong kilalang Brent. Then sabi niya, Rosie, sorry. Binigay ko na ang number mo sa kanya. Ang gwapo eh. At sabi niya kung may number at kilala ko raw ang babaeng parang Barbie sa reception. Nang marinig ko, natawa ako. Barbie. Yun talagang description sa akin. Well, that time kasi payat at matangkad ako. Pero hindi naman ako kasing ganda ni Barbie. At doon na nagsimula ang lahat. Brent is a military man. Nakabase siya sa Kuwait. Isa siyang American. Binibisita niya ako every 2 weeks. Tumatawag siya every morning at bago matulog. Meron pang text in between. Yun ang naging routine naming dalawa. Then after a year, tinanong niya ako kung pwede na ba kaming maging mag-boyfriend o girlfriend. Sinagot ko siya kasi maliban sa ang tiyaga niya, nasa malayo siya, so safe ako. To be honest kasi, sa mga lahi nila, mabilisan talaga. So after a month na sinagot ko siya, tuwing bibisita siya, may kasama siyang mga kaibigan. Pinakikilala niya ako. Hanggang sa na-contact na rin ako ng mom niya sa US. Naging regular na chatmate ko ang mom niya simula nun. After 6 months na naging kami, it was time for my annual leave. And I will spend my 45 days in the Philippines. Nagulat ako nung magtanong siya kung pwede raw ba siyang sumama sa akin. Nag-alangan ako kasi hindi pa alam ng pamilya ko na may boyfriend na ako. Tsaka mahirap lang kami. I'm not sure kung kakayanin niya na magstay sa amin. He got upset when he heard my hesitation. Hesitation that came from my voice. But in the end, pumayag din ako. Pag-uwi namin ng Iloilo, wala naman akong dapat ipag-alala pala. Kasi kayang-kaya niyang makipagsabayan sa buhay ng mga tao sa amin. Nakasundo niya ang lahat. Kaya ang saya-saya ko. Wala na akong dapat ipag-alala. Then bumalik na kami sa kanya-kanya naming bansa. Masaya. After 5 months, niyaya niya ako uli na umuwi ng Pilipinas. Kakausapin lang daw niya ng personal at hihingin niya ang permission ng pamilya ko. Nakaka-overwhelm ang mga pangyayari. Nakakuha ako ng 2 weeks approval from work pero in a month pa. Then one morning, when he called me to wake me up, wish me to have a good day on work, medyo naging emotional siya. Ang sabi niya, "Sweetie, no matter what, please remember that I love you so much. And I thank God for having you. I cannot wait to spend my life with you. I'm sorry if someday I'm the cause of your tears." Dahil sa sinabi niyang yun, napajoke tuloy ako. At ang sabi ko, "Why do I feel like you are going to leave me? Is there someone else? I told you that if there is someone else, just be honest. I will not insist myself. Just let me know." Then he said, "No, sweetie, I love you so much. I want you to know that." Parehas kaming mangyak-ngyak. Na marinig yun mula sa isa't isa. Tag-I love youhan kami. And then I said, "I love you so much. And please be careful on driving." Sa break ko, pumunta ako ng toilet para mag-open at mag-check ng cellphone ko. Meron akong mensahe. "I love you, sweetie." Then just like after a minute, may tumatawag na unknown number from Kuwait. So I answered. Ang intro sa akin ay, "Hello, am I talking to Rosie?" Then sabi ko, "Yes. May I know who I'm talking to, please?" Then sabi niya, "Rosie, this is Tony, Brent's commander. Please Listen to me. I hate to be the bearer of this news, but I have to let you know. Brett just had an accident and he wasn't able to make it. I don't want to believe it. Kaya ang sabi ko, if he's joking, it's not funny at all. I was just talking to him this morning. Then he said, he wished it was a joke. But it's hard for him as well. Lumabas ako ng toilet na blanko ang lahat, tulala. Tinatanong ako ng mga kasama ko kung anong nangyayari sa akin. Kasi they got used of me being jolly, pero during that time, wala silang makuha sa akin. And then my supervisor came. Hinag ako, asking if masama bang pakiramdam ko. At dahil sa yakap na yun, bigla na ako napahagulgol. Nagulat ang lahat. Then I said, Brent is gone. He had an accident this morning but I don't know. Pagkatapos noon, that day, naging sunod-sunod na ang calls. Mula sa kanyang best friend, mula sa mom niya, mula sa supervisor niya, sa commander niya. And I just cried and cried. Grabe, para akong lutang. A day after, the commander called me again to update me. He said that the family is requesting for my presence on his funeral. I told him I am not sure because it will take some time to process the papers. And I'm not sure if this time my company will let me travel to US. Also, iniisip ko ang gastusin. Ubus na ang savings ko. My friend said, papautangin niya raw ako. And then, few moments later, tumawag sa akin ang commander niya. They contacted our management, embassy, and they will take care of my ticket as well. He also said, I hope you will be okay and won't be surprised. But I want you to know from now, and we just knew it today, that there are other women involved. And they are requesting to let them go to US and attend the funeral. I was like, oh, okay. Then, what should I do? Then he said, as per the mother, they want you there, not the other women. Then he added, can I let them know of your existence? That you're going to be there? I said, you may, but please don't tell them that I am also his girlfriend. Just tell them that I'm a close family friend. Pagkatapos ng call na yun, naging roller coaster ang emotion ko. Knowing that kind of reality. Napamahal na rin ako sa mom niya. So itunuloy ko na lang. Naging smooth ang lahat ng paperworks. And the embassy had given me 5 years visa kahit ang boss super kinded sa akin. And when I arrived at the airport, sinundo ko ng commander. I met all the members of the family. Very cool and welcoming silang lahat. Tapos kinagabihan, yung mom niya, may inabot sa aking pair of rings. I asked her, what are these? She said, "Those are yours. He asked me to pick it last month." Napaiyak ako sa sinabi ng mom niya. Then I said, "I'm not sure if it's really for me." Then she answered, "He only introduced one, and it was you." Pagkatapos noon ay niyakap niya na ako. Kinaumagahan after ng military shooting, they asked me to come over. Tinurn over yung flag sa mom niya, yung badges niya sa akin. Then they gave me a moment to be alone. I told him, "I'm not sure if I should ask you why. I'm not sure if I should say maybe you are really not meant for me. That maybe this is happening because we will be fighting over you. I don't really know if you love me at all." Ang sakit-sakit. Ang sakit-sakit lang na kailangan sa ganitong paraan ko pa malalaman. Ang galing mo lang. Because you never made me feel na may iba pala. You never gave me a reason to have a doubt. Maya-maya pa'y dumating si Commander. He told me how admirable I am, or admirable I am. If how I handled the situation. He said, "You can scream if you want." Nangiti ako. What for? That will be useless. I'm hurt because I lost him. And because I was betrayed. Knowing that I am not the only one. Actually, I think one is a hacker and managed to get my email and phone number. She shared it to all. I don't know if I deserve to be here, but I want to finish this quickly. Nang makabalik kami sa lugar nila, magkakasama kaming lahat. Pinag-uusapan namin lahat ng mga memories namin with Brent. Mahirap, pero kailangan kong i-share yung sa akin, yung sa amin ni Brent. Then I opened my emails and there, 5 of them have emails sent to me. 4 na Pinay at 1 American. Lahat galing sa iba't ibang bansa. But the one staying in the Philippines is the wild one. Lahat sila nagwi-wish na sana sila ang nasa lugar ko. Nasa lugar ko. Kung bakit ako pinayagan at sila hindi. Ang isa, nagpadala pa ng photos nila in bed. Very detailed ang story niya. Kung paano nila ginawa ang lahat. I was reading all the emails loudly para marinig ng mom niya. Kasi they're all part of his memory. Pero parang dinudurog ang puso ko habang binabasa at tinitingnan ng mga photos nila together. And then, his mom embraced me and told me to stop. The commander asked Mom if he can take me away to Florida for 3 days just to relax a bit. I end up spending 5 days in Florida and 5 days with Brent's mom. Then back to Bahrain with my work. Maraming nagsasabi ng mga kasamahan ko, bakit daw hindi ko ginrabang pagkakataon na magstay doon. Sayang raw ang visa. Then I said, it is not for me. It is not for me. Muli, ako si Rosie. At ito ang aking secret file.